Have you ever walked into the kitchen and forgotten why you came in? Or stared at your grocery list and still missed the milk? You're not alone. We all have moments like these. But what if I told you that something as simple and familiar as a grocery list could become your secret weapon for a sharper mind? Yes, seriously, writing and using a grocery list can actually train your brain in ways similar to solving puzzles or playing memory games. And the best part? It fits naturally into your routine. No new apps, no expensive classes, no extra time. Just your pen, your thoughts, and your weekly list. In this video, you'll discover how turning this everyday habit into a mindful activity can improve your memory, strengthen your focus, and even slow down cognitive decline. I'll walk you through the science, the techniques, and the small tweaks that make a big difference. So stay with me until the end, because what you'll learn here might just change how you shop and how you think. Let's turn the ordinary into something extraordinary. This could be the simplest brain training you've never tried. Aging is a journey, and with it comes change. You may notice yourself misplacing your keys more often or struggling to remember the name of someone you just met. While these changes can feel frustrating or even a little scary, they're also a reminder that our brains need care, just like our bodies do. The good news? Science tells us that we can continue to grow new brain connections well into our later years. This process is called neuroplasticity. It means your brain is capable of adapting and changing no matter your age. But to keep it flexible and strong, you need to challenge it regularly. The best kinds of challenges are the ones that feel meaningful and connected to daily life. That's where the grocery list comes in. Unlike artificial games or online exercises, planning your weekly shopping taps into real-world skills like memory, organization, focus, and decision-making. When you engage your brain in these ways consistently, you keep it active and healthy. So don't underestimate the power of small actions. They can have big effects. By simply being more intentional with how you shop, you could be giving your brain one of its best workouts. Let's see how. Grocery lists as cognitive tools. Think about the last time you made a grocery list. Did you jot things down quickly or plan with purpose? Either way, you are engaging in a mental activity that uses some of your brain's most important functions. Writing a list calls on your memory to recall what you need. It requires categorization, placing items into groups like produce, dairy, or pantry staples. It asks you to prioritize and plan ahead, which taps into executive function, the area of your brain responsible for decision-making. These are not small tasks. They're the same processes involved in solving complex problems or playing strategy games. Yet, we do them so automatically, we forget how powerful they are. When you begin to approach your grocery list as more than a to-do task, you unlock its hidden potential. It becomes a tool for focus, creativity, and memory retention. The simple act of writing and using your list can improve your mental sharpness over time. This isn't just about remembering to buy eggs. It's about waking up parts of your brain that crave structure, logic, and reflection. So let's explore how to design a grocery list that isn't just useful, it's transformational. The science behind it. Let's talk science. Researchers from Harvard, Stanford, and the Mayo Clinic have explored how everyday planning tasks impact brain health, especially for older adults. What they found is both exciting and empowering. Activities like meal planning, budgeting, and list making engage multiple regions of the brain simultaneously. This includes the prefrontal cortex, which helps with planning and focus, the hippocampus, responsible for memory, and even sensory processing areas if you include visuals or handwriting. When you plan your grocery list, you're activating these regions in a practical, coordinated way. It's like cross-training at the gym for your brain. Unlike passive activities like watching TV, this kind of planning forces you to think ahead, recall details, and visualize scenarios. And the best part, when practiced regularly, these simple tasks can lead to improved cognitive resilience, your brain's ability to adapt and bounce back. Studies also show that seniors who consistently engage in meaningful planning tasks report higher confidence, better memory, and even a more positive mood. So, the next time you write a grocery list, remind yourself, you're not just preparing for dinner. You're strengthening your mind in a deeply personal and effective way. Science says it matters. Your brain agrees. Making your list the smart way. Ready to turn your grocery list into a brain training tool? Start with how you write it. Studies have shown that handwriting, as opposed to typing, activates more areas of the brain. It's more tactile, more deliberate, and it helps with memory retention. Keep a small notepad in your kitchen or on your fridge. When you think of something you need, jot it down immediately. But instead of writing a list randomly, organize it into categories: produce, dairy, meats, pantry, frozen, and household items. This simple structure helps your brain group similar items together, which boosts memory and makes the list easier to use. It also makes your trip to the store more efficient. No more running back and forth. Bonus tip: assign colors to different categories using pens or highlighters. Color coding adds another sensory element that makes the information stick. As you write, say the items out loud. Hearing reinforces memory through auditory processing. You're not just scribbling, you're building neural connections with every stroke and syllable. It may feel small, but small changes like these accumulate. Over time, they can lead to better focus, sharper recall, and a deeper sense of presence in your daily life. Let's keep going.
Using memory techniques. Want to give your brain an extra workout while you shop? Let's add a few memory techniques to your list-making routine. One effective method is association. Link each item with an image, rhyme, or color. If you need bananas, imagine a monkey in your kitchen tossing them into your basket. Silly? Sure. But your brain loves vivid, emotional, or funny pictures. That's what makes things stick. You can also use rhymes. Get the bread before you're fed, or cheddar's better in chilly weather. These patterns give your brain something to latch onto. Try grouping 3 or 4 items into mini stories. For example, carrots, onions, and chicken. Picture a bunny cooking soup. These little mind games activate your visual and auditory memory centers and can help you recall your list even if you leave it at home. As you shop, challenge yourself to remember the next item before looking. Then reward yourself with a smile when you get it right. This turns your grocery run into an active mental challenge, not a passive chore. These exercises might seem playful, but they're powerful tools for staying sharp. Let's keep building new pathways in the brain, one item at a time. The power of routine. Routine isn't just for structure, it's a powerful tool for brain vitality. When you make writing your grocery list a regular habit, your brain forms stronger neural pathways tied to memory, logic, and pattern recognition. Maybe every Friday morning you sit with your coffee and notepad. That ritual matters. It tells your brain, this is important. Repetition strengthens memory, and with each weekly planning session, your ability to recall items, organize thoughts, and anticipate needs becomes more natural and fluid. Don't underestimate the value of predictability. Especially after 60, the brain responds well to stable, low-stress activities that challenge just enough without overwhelming. Grocery planning becomes a gentle but effective workout, like walking for the mind. You begin to notice patterns, what you always run out of, what meals brought you joy, what you want to try next week. Over time, these rhythms create a sense of order and autonomy. And when life feels uncertain, that routine becomes an anchor, a source of comfort. So lean into it. Give your brain the gift of rhythm. Turn grocery planning into a sacred little practice, reliable, reflective, and quietly powerful. It's one more way to show yourself care while building cognitive resilience, 1 week at a time. Engaging all your senses. Engaging your senses is one of the most enriching ways to enhance memory. Your brain remembers best when multiple senses are activated: sight, sound, touch, even smell and taste. So let's bring that richness into your grocery routine. When you're writing your list, say the items out loud. Hearing the words reinforces memory through your auditory system. Use a favorite pen, something that feels nice in your hand, and notice how it glides over the paper. Choose colorful ink, maybe red for meats, green for vegetables. The visual engagement makes recall easier. When you're in the store, slow down. Smell the herbs. Feel the texture of the produce. Notice the labels, the colors, the shapes of items you buy regularly. Let your senses soak it in. These mindful moments aren't just pleasant, they create powerful memory imprints. The scent of oranges, the feel of a cool milk jug, the crunch of a baguette. It all becomes a sensory map your brain can return to later. And best of all, it keeps you present, in this moment, connected to your body, your mind, and your environment. So shop with your whole self. Let your senses dance. Your brain will thank you with sharper recall and deeper joy. List don't depend. Yes, your list is a helpful tool, but what if you used it to build memory, not just to remember? Here's a challenge. Glance at your list before shopping, then put it away. Try to recall the items by visualizing them in your kitchen or pantry. Picture the eggs in the fridge, the fruit bowl on the counter, the empty spice jar in the cupboard. See how many you can retrieve from memory. This activates your hippocampus, the brain's memory center, and challenges your recall skills in a low-pressure, real-world setting. If you forget something, that's okay. It's part of the process. Think of it as lifting weights for your mind. Each effort strengthens your mental muscles. And if you get stuck, take a peek at your list. It's there to support, not replace your memory. Over time, you'll notice your ability to recall improves. You'll even start remembering more without trying. It becomes a little game. What can I remember today? This practice not only builds brain power, it builds confidence. Because the more you trust your memory, the more it grows. So give yourself that opportunity. Use the list wisely. Write it well, but don't be afraid to put it away and let your mind do the rest. a little math goes a long way. Math doesn't have to be scary. It can actually be fun, especially when it gives your brain a boost. As you shop, try doing simple mental math to keep your mind sharp. Start by estimating costs. If apples are $1.49 a pound and you buy 2 pounds, guess the total in your head. As you move through the store, add up your cart's value. Round to numbers to make it easier. $2.99 becomes $3. These small calculations activate your brain's problem-solving areas and improve number fluency, which supports overall cognitive function. Don't worry about being exact, the goal is to engage. Try calculating the price per item when there's a buy one, get one deal, or compare 2 items based on price per ounce. Even estimating how long a meal will take to prepare using ingredient times is a great brain warm-up. These real-world applications give your mind a little extra stretch, and they make shopping more engaging. Plus, you might just catch a few better deals in the process. Treat it like a friendly puzzle, not a test. With every calculation, you're telling your brain, we're still sharp, we're still growing, and that quiet confidence builds stronger thinking, one number at a time.
Social connection while shopping. One of the most overlooked but powerful brain boosters, human connection. Every time you say hello, share a smile, or make small talk at the grocery store, your brain lights up in beautiful ways. Social interaction engages emotional intelligence, language centers, and short-term memory. It even releases dopamine and oxytocin, chemicals that boost mood and motivation. So next time you're shopping, look for opportunities to engage. Greet the cashier with warmth. Ask someone in the produce section if they've ever cooked with that strange-looking squash. Compliment a stranger's hat. These aren't just nice gestures, they're mental exercise. For older adults, especially those living alone, social interaction can help prevent cognitive decline and reduce feelings of isolation. Even a short conversation can provide a sense of belonging. It reminds you that you're part of a community, that you matter. And that connection, however small, feeds the spirit and the brain alike. So let your grocery list be more than a task. Let it be a bridge to others. Smile, say hello, ask questions. Your brain will be sharper, your heart a little fuller. And who knows, you might make someone's day just by being present and kind. That's true wisdom in action. Post-trip brain boost. Once you've returned home and unpacked your groceries, the brain training doesn't have to stop. In fact, this is the perfect time to reflect, another powerful tool for memory enhancement. Sit down with your list and take just 5 quiet minutes. Did you remember most items without checking? What surprised you? What did you forget? Reflection helps consolidate experiences into long-term memory. You can even write a note on the back of your list. Forgot garlic again. Add it first next week. These little after-action reviews turn a routine errand into a learning experience. They also boost metacognition, which is your brain's ability to think about its own thinking. You become more aware of how you process information, and that awareness alone helps strengthen cognitive flexibility. Plus, it feels good. There's satisfaction in seeing a job completed and learning from it. Consider keeping a small grocery journal if you enjoy writing. Jot down what meals you made, what you'd do differently, or how much you spent. This habit trains your memory, sharpens your focus, and makes your future planning even more efficient. So So before you toss that list, pause. Reflect. Learn. Grow. Even this small step can be a brain-boosting reward at the end of your day. If you're still watching right now, you're already doing something amazing for your mind. You're learning, growing, and actively choosing to engage in habits that strengthen your brain. That alone is something to be proud of. I'd love to know, are you finding these tips helpful so far? If you are, type 1 in the comments below. It lets me know you're here with me on this journey to a more mindful and mentally vibrant life. And honestly, seeing those comments, it builds a beautiful sense of community. You're not doing this alone. There are thousands of others just like you who are taking small steps toward sharper thinking, greater peace, and a deeper connection with everyday life. Remember, your grocery list isn't just a list. It's a doorway, a daily practice, a quiet but powerful way to say, I care about my health. If that resonates with you, let me know below. Type 1 and celebrate that you're still here, still learning, still showing up for yourself. That's no small thing. Let's keep going. There's even more ahead. You're building something strong, moment by moment, with every thoughtful choice. Meal planning magic. Meal planning isn't just convenient. It's one of the most mentally engaging parts of grocery prep. Think about it. When you sit down to plan a week's worth of meals, your brain is doing complex work. You're juggling nutrition, variety, leftovers, storage space, timing, preferences, and sometimes even your budget, all at once. That's high-level executive functioning in action. It's like a mental gymnastics routine for your prefrontal cortex. You're practicing strategy, adaptability, and creative problem solving. Start small. Maybe just plan 3 dinners in advance. Consider which ingredients overlap to reduce waste. Can Monday's roast chicken become Wednesday's soup? This kind of thinking trains your mind to see patterns and solutions. And it's not just good for your brain, it's great for your health. People who plan their meals tend to eat more balanced diets, stick to budgets, and experience less stress around mealtime. Plus, you'll feel that little spark of pride when a plan comes together and a healthy, home-cooked meal lands on your table. So if you've never tried meal planning before, now's a great time. Your brain will thank you, and so will your belly. It's a beautiful blend of practicality, mindfulness, and cognitive fitness, all rolled into one empowering routine. Personalizing your list. Your grocery list doesn't have to be boring. In fact, turning it into something personal, expressive, or even artistic can give your brain an added lift. When you add creative flair to your list, you activate your brain's reward system and spark joy, which also strengthens memory. Try writing a short, uplifting quote at the top of each list. Every meal is a chance to nourish. Or add a doodle, a happy face next to the berries, a tiny sun beside your favorite tea. These aren't just cute touches. They create emotional connections that your brain remembers more easily. You can even give your meals names, sunshine salad or warm bowl, instead of just salad or soup. The more vivid and engaging the language, the better your brain responds. This also transforms your list from a chore into a creative outlet, a small but meaningful space that reflects who you are. And that sense of identity, of joy, of expression, it feeds the brain in powerful ways. So don't be afraid to make your grocery list your own. Make it colorful, make it playful, make it reflect your heart. The more you enjoy the process, the more your brain will engage and remember. Building brain-friendly habits? Let's take your list one step further. Use it to build new, brain-loving habits. Each week, challenge yourself to add one food that supports cognitive health. That might be blueberries, walnuts, leafy greens, fatty fish, or turmeric. Research shows these foods are packed with antioxidants and nutrients that protect your brain from aging. But don't just add the food, write a reason next to it. Blueberries, brainberries, or salmon for memory. That little extra context helps reinforce intention and memory. You can also use your list to create new routines. Maybe you commit to cooking one new recipe a week, or preparing a colorful salad every Tuesday. When you connect your grocery list with positive routines, you create a chain of habits that lead to better health and sharper thinking. And the best part? You're doing it gently, one small change at a time. This is about grace, not pressure. Growth, not perfection. With every intentional choice, you're telling your brain, we're still learning, we're still moving forward. And that mindset, that's the foundation of resilience. So go ahead, circle one new item on your next list. Let that be your small, joyful challenge. Your brain will rise to meet it with strength and gratitude. Major takeaway. So here's the big idea. Your grocery list is more than just a reminder of what to buy. It's a living tool for brain training, memory strengthening, and mindfulness. Every time you sit down to write it, you're activating powerful parts of your brain. Every time you recall items or plan meals, you're building mental flexibility. And every time you reflect, connect, or add creativity, you're telling your brain that you're still alive with curiosity and purpose. Isn't that beautiful? We often think brain health requires big, complicated efforts. But really, it's the small, consistent actions that carry the greatest power. A pen, a list, a moment of intention. That's all it takes to support your cognitive wellness. So whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, you are not done growing. You are not done creating. And you are certainly not done remembering. Your grocery list is your quiet declaration. I am present, I am thoughtful, I am training my brain. So write it boldly, use it mindfully, and let it become a small daily revolution for your mind. That's the real power hiding in your pocket, not just what you buy, but how you think. If you've made it to this point, I want you to know you've already done something powerful today. You've invested in your brain, your body, and your future. Now, let's take one more small step together. If this video spoke to you, if you felt even one aha moment along the way, I'd love for you to type 2 in the comments. That simple act lets me know you're in this with me, committed to growing stronger every day. And if you haven't yet, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video. It helps this message reach others who may need it, especially those who feel alone or unsure about where to begin. Let them know. Brain training doesn't need to be complicated. Sometimes it starts with a grocery list. Sometimes it starts with you. So go ahead, pick up your pen. Start your next list with purpose. Smile when you do it. Your brain is listening, and I'll be right here cheering you on one thoughtful step at a time. Because aging isn't about fading. It's about deepening, growing, and shining in ways that truly matter. Let's keep building wisdom together. We're just getting started.